Welcome to Katy Calls BS, the podcast where we cut through the noise in course creation, digital products, and business strategy. I'm Katie Miller, bringing you blunt advice, real action steps, and the occasional F-bomb because building a business is hard and the BS isn't helping. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the final Katy Calls BS episode of the year. This is going to be all about automatic income for 2026. You might not be listening to this episode at the end of the year. You might be listening to it at the beginning of the year, and that's totally fine because we're a little bit busy at the end of the year. We're a little bit busy at the transition of the year. Whenever you're listening to it, it's going to be helpful to you because we're going to talk about what is actually working and what is noise, because there's a lot of noise when it comes to digital products. I know that digital products are on your list. Maybe you have some in your business. It could be a goal for 2026, something that you have put off since 2023. You've been hearing this build passive income BS for years, but you wanted to get your business established before taking that side of things on. I understand. I'm here for it. I'm not judging. In the late 2010s, we started seeing massive growth in side hustles like affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing or network marketing, drop shipping, print on demand, which we still hear about, all of those things. There are tons of other options now that include investing, small businesses like all of ours, content creation, consulting, food delivery, home repair. Honestly, most things can be side hustles. Some of us make them our full businesses. You're selling your skills. So this idea of passive income became much more appealing with social media as people shared their success stories with passive income, and more platforms became available to make it easier to start. But let's be clear before we dive into passive income, automatic income, and what's working. Passive income is money earned with very little ongoing effort after the initial investment of time or money. It usually requires a significant investment of time or money up front. The IRS actually has a specific definition for tax purposes that includes things like rental properties, your investments, intellectual property, but you can look that up specifically because I am not a tax expert and I don't claim to be. So you can look that up yourself. Now, there's also automatic income, which can be used interchangeably with passive income. I like to categorize it as something different, though. This is built intentionally. It's supported by systems and maintained actively over time. So while passive income can be kind of this initial time effort and you can forget about it and it just sort of brings in the money passively, automatic income, there's still this upfront effort of time and potentially money. The idea is that it will generate revenue automatically or be self-sustaining with your interjection of marketing. You still have to do work, but it's going to bring in that automatic income. And then there's the active income, which is earned when you trade time for money. That's what our businesses are. They are active income. It's what jobs are. It's what we think of when we work. Active income. So when people talk about these set it and forget it offers, build it once and let it print money, run away from those offers, run away from those marketing tactics. If you set it and forget it, it will be forgotten by your audience and you. If you feel like you've been doing something wrong because you've created these digital products that require attention, effort, refinement, you're not. You're just seeing past the BS of all these marketing tactics. Welcome to the show. Today we're calling BS on the passive income BS fantasy and talking about what automatic income actually looks like going into 2026. What's working, what's noise, and where your energy is better spent because we aren't doing this again next year. And I'm not letting you panic buy another offer with false promises because I'm fucking sick of it. I am so over this BS about passive income offers and creating digital products and oh my gosh, it's just so easy. It is not. The rise of micro digital products is a real thing. It has been a thing for a while. I have talked about micro digital products for a long time. Let's talk about what's actually selling. Smaller digital products are outperforming big flagship courses, and they have been for a solid year. I've mentioned that for a long time. I talked about it all this last year. No, it's not because people don't want to learn. It's not because people I don't have an attention span because of social media, not that BS. It's because buyers are tired. It's because we have a million and one things happening and our attention is just fragmented because of all the stress we have in our lives and all the BS we have going on. People want progress, not homework. Micro products work because they solve one clear problem. They create a fast win. They require less emotional and financial commitment. This isn't about dumbing things down. This isn't about simplifying things so much that it takes away the value of your product. It's about meeting people where they are. What I'm seeing is a lot of AI products. You should not be shocked by this. If you are, I don't know where you've been or if you have not been marketing your business online at all, because this is not a new thing. This looks like creating prompt stacks. This is creating for your industry, for your business, for your clients. This is looking like templates. This is looking like creating chatbots. Checklists. Literally any industry can do this one. Any industry can create a checklist. If someone comes to me and they say to me, I can't create a digital product, it doesn't work for my business, I will call BS so fast on you, because you can create a checklist for any industry, whether it is for other people in your industry or for your clients. You can create a checklist so easily. If you are someone who is like, I don't want to mentor other people in my industry, you don't have to. You can create a checklist and put it out there. Here's a product that I find helpful. It doesn't mean you're suddenly a mentor and you have to create a ton of products for other people in your industry. You're not all of a sudden a mentor and now you're going into that niche. Maybe you just put it out there. It really is not that big a deal. A checklist is such an easy thing. See if it works first before you decide that you're going to go down that rabbit hole of being a mentor. It's one product. See if it works first. Okay? A checklist could very easily be something like, I've created a checklist for my clients that is related to what you do. It is really not that complicated. You are overcomplicating digital products. Okay, now that I've said that, we're going to move on to mini workshops. Courses are not it, okay? These long courses are not it because people don't have time, and I've said that. Mini workshops are still working. So keeping your courses and learning short. People still want to learn. They still want to understand. They just need it so focused, which is really hard to do because we want to give them everything. Short guides tied to a specific moment of need. A short guide. Again, you want to give them everything. I know we want to give them everything because we're so smart and we know so much, and we want to give our people so many things and all the knowledge. You can't. You have to give short guides. Keep it focused. That's the hardest thing for people to do, is to keep it focused. Tools that support what people are already doing. Look at what you help your audience do. What do they need? What are people asking for? These are not college courses. We are not creating 10-hour curriculums. These are not the Everything I Know courses. These are not our signature courses. We need things broken down right now. We need them simplified. That is just where we are in the trend right now. It doesn't mean that it's not going to come around to the full course, the signature course again. It just means that's where we are right now. Passive income is complicated. System-supported income is not. We're going to call this out very cleanly, okay? Because we're spicy this week. Passive income is one of the most abused phrases in online business. Nothing is passive at the beginning. What does work is system-supported income. That looks like clear positioning, a product that fits into an existing workflow, which people very rarely have when they set up digital products. They do a one-off product and they're like, how come it's not working? Because it doesn't fit into your existing workflow or your existing product suite. That's why it's not working. Delivery that doesn't rely on you being live every time. You don't have to live launch your digital product every single freaking time that you launch. Marketing that points somewhere specific. Here's where people get it wrong. They build a product first and hope that traffic magically appears. This is not a build it and hope they will come situation. They stack tools instead of simplifying. Not how it works. They automate chaos instead of clarity. Automation only works when the offer already works. The reason why we're seeing so many subscription and hybrid models grow and why they're working is because it works. That's why they're so successful. That's why they started growing. That's why so many platforms started rolling them out. There's a reason for that. That's why every single platform that we use started rolling out subscription models. When we see that, there's a reason for that. You have to start to think of, why is every group that I'm joining moving to a membership model? Why is every platform that I'm on starting a subscription model? You've probably noticed all that membership chatter, the rise of subscription channels. Everything is a freaking subscription. We just want to streamline it, right? You have 87 apps. You just want it all back onto one thing. You have an app for everything. Here's the truth without the hype, okay? Here's what's growing. Low-cost memberships with one clear outcome. Workshops and template bundles. Doing a workshop is a wonderful way to bring people in, giving them a template that actually works, that they can customize. Ongoing support tied to a specific season or goal. Support being the key word there. Do not leave people hanging. Don't throw something out there and then say good luck to you. They are never coming back to you. If you do not support people, your audience, your clients, and provide that ongoing support, they are never going to come back to be your clients. People want support in your life, in your business, in your relationships. Support. Here's what is not working. Massive memberships with vague promises. We want the tight, close-knit, community feeling memberships, not the vague promises memberships where we're growing to like massive numbers. That feels gross. We don't want the access to everything models. I'm going to tell you right now, people aren't going to use the resources inside those access to everything model, which means that you've wasted a shit ton of effort putting all that together. We don't want communities with no structure or without understanding what your audience actually needs. Nobody wants that. They want community, but if it doesn't have a structure, they don't want that. People don't want more content. They want guidance, direction, relevance, always quality over quantity. The reason subscriptions work is when the value is obvious. The scope is contained. The result is predictable. You have to know what your audience and your community need and want. It's the same thing with content. It's the same thing with your business. It's the same thing with everything. You have to understand what your audience and your community. We'll go deeper on this later. I'll do an episode on memberships and community because it is such a hot button issue about, I feel like so many people are moving to membership subscriptions, communities. But for now, just know this. Recurring revenue works when the offer respects people's time because people's time is so valuable. Here's why big, complicated funnels are losing steam. And if you've been here for a hot minute, you know how I feel about the word funnel and all that business. But high funnel marketing is losing its traction. Not because funnels are bad, but because people don't want to be babysat through 10 steps to buy a $27 product. It's a $27 product. Like, people can make a decision. We're adults. Here's what's working. People want a short path to purchase. We can make a quick decision now. We do not want to be led through this long, arduous decision process. We want a direct call to action. One clear step, like just tell me where to purchase. Yes, we still need to understand buyer personas, but here's what I need you to think about. You need to understand the product. If it is a $27 digital product or membership or something, whatever it is, you need to do email to product, post to product, conversation to product. Less convincing, more clarity. People don't need to be warmed up forever. All they need to know is this for me? Does it solve my problem? Can I use it quickly? What's the price? If I'm searching for the price for 100 years on your freaking page, I'm out. You lost me. I'm going to get mad that I had to search for the price. It should be at the top of your page, the middle of your page, and the bottom of your page. If I'm searching for the freaking price, I'm getting mad that I had to find the price for a $27 product. If I know that I already want to buy something, I want to be able to go click right now to buy it. I don't want to have to read through a whole sales page. That was something that we should have learned 2 years ago. People don't want to waste their time searching through something or getting on a call to then decide about this or inquire about that or do this. Put the price out there. Click to buy. I know that I want to buy it. Click to buy. Cut out the decisions for people. I want to know that I can use it right now. Cut out the decisions. Give me the thing. I don't want to jump through hoops. Nobody wants to jump through hoops right now. Solving my problem. I made the decision. I already did it. Come on. I don't want to have to click through 5 other things to get the thing. Okay. It needs to be delivered like ASAP. That's what ManyChat does for us. That's why so many people do the DM or write this word in the comment and then it will DM you this. There's so many things that eliminate that for us because we want to eliminate the steps for people. And if we wrap it up just right, this create it once and it prints money, no. Products make money when the transformation is obvious. The product ladder makes sense and your marketing has a point. If you have done a random ass product that doesn't fit into your product funnel, it makes no sense in what you do, then it's not going to work. It's just not. If it is out of left field, it's not going to make sense. You haven't talked about it and you haven't talked about why you're doing it or why it's important or what you want to do, or we've done it this way for a really long time. All of a sudden, I'm throwing out this random product. I need to understand why. Your marketing didn't have a point. Automatic income doesn't come from random products. It comes from intentional ones. Throwing together an ebook or a template isn't a strategy, it's a guess. Spaghetti at the wall. If you want to build something in early 2026, if you want automatic sales, if you're finally ready to do it, if you're finally going to do it, like actually going to do it, and you're not going to wait anymore, and you're not going to put it at the bottom of your list, and you know that it's the thing to do because maybe that trading time for money thing is getting old, or you know that it's the thing you want to do without taking away time from your day-to-day business, because that's what automatic income does. You can build it and set it up, especially in these slow months, without taking time away from the day-to-day of your business. And you want those sales without the constant hustle. Here's the structure that's working. You can have one high-performing micro product that's a clear problem with a clear outcome and an easy entry point. You have a mid-range guided offer. That's your workshop, your short program, a cohort or a live support window. You have a scalable signature offer. This is not your course anymore. This is a signature offer. Maybe that's a group program. That's a little more hands-on. It's not rushed. Build it from what already sells. Then you have a simple automated email sequence. It introduces you, shows your philosophy, points to the product. Okay? This is not I'm going to make you guess and wait till the next email situation. That's it. Not 10 offers, not 5 platforms, not a full rebrand, not 57 emails. Just that. Automatic income becomes real when you build strategically, not impulsively. Not, oh shit, I need to have a digital product. Not, oh my God, I guess she's right. I should have a digital product. 2026 doesn't need more noise. Go in quietly. For the love of God, go in quietly. It needs fewer, better decisions. We're being clear. You've done enough waiting. Make the decision. We're not waiting for 100 more years. Do the freaking thing. You don't need to chase every trend. You don't need to do all the things that everybody's telling you to do. You don't need to wait for the sign. You need a product ecosystem that actually supports your life and your business. We'll get into the details next year, but for now, your job is to stop panicking and start choosing intentionally. That's how you close the year strong and start the next one even better. And I'll see you in the new year. If today's episode hit home, share it with a friend and hit follow so you never miss the next one. Until then, keep calling out the BS and building your business your way.